And we're back. Look how quickly that was. We took a little break.
Yeah.
But now we're back. Yeah. Yesterday, for all of you that care, because I know you do, it was Teddy's birthday. My little man's is 12 officially. I know he looks like a puppy, but he's an old man. He has a lot of wisdom. So, I celebrated yesterday.
We like elder pets.
Yes, we like elder pets. I mean, at this rate, he's going to outlive me. I'm pretty sure. There's nothing wrong with him. He has one missing tooth in the front. And that's it.
I have one similar. He's 15, turned 15 in November.
He's getting up there.
He's kicking it.
Is that Thor?
No, Jasper.
The little white one?
Yeah.
Right.
Thor is 11, though.
He's getting up there, too.
He's getting up there.
They're all getting up there.
He's got the little whiskers. He's a white dog, even he gets whiskers.
Does he really? Oh,
Yeah. And he's getting fat.
this one, so my when I'm like out of town, my dad watches Teddy.
Yeah.
Or my parents watch Teddy, and my dad likes to feed him whatever he wants. And whenever I go back to pick him up, I'm like, why is my dog fat? And you could just tell. I'm like, he has long ass.
Yeah.
He has. They start to bubble.
Yeah.
On
Mine's
the side.
getting like his old man bod. But I need to exercise him more too. And try. It's like a bit my fault, but they just get bigger. They don't go in man bods.
Teddy gets smaller.
He gets smaller.
He gets smaller.
Jasper's really light.
He
So
is,
that's gonna-
his hair, I mean, he looks fine. He looks so much younger than he is. And everybody asking what's the secret. I don't know. We sleep a lot. I think sleeping is the key to staying cute.
A lot of rest and relaxation.
Yeah. No stress.
No stress.
No stress. We don't let anything stress us out. So today we're going to talk about driving, which is actually one of my favorite topics to talk about because it's such a big thing here in LA.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you have to always plan at least like an extra 20 minutes, even if
30 minutes.
Yeah, depending on what like the Google Maps says or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm never on time, but I mean, it's not that I'm never on time, but it's like, if I don't plan accordingly, I know I messed up already.
I'm religiously on time.
Yeah.
It's something I'm known for. I hate being late. And it's because growing up, my family, we were late to everything. But a rule of thumb, when you grow up in a Latin household, I made this rule up myself. First one there, first one to leave. So if I get there on time, if you say 3 o'clock and I get there at 3 o'clock, but you meant 4 o'clock, that means I'm the first one that can leave. Because I've already been there for longer than everybody else.
Yeah. My family is notoriously late, but, you know, it just depends on who I'm dealing with. If I know I can be late, then I probably will be late. If I can't be late, then I will make sure not to be late, or at least I'll try.
I had one friend who was late to everything. And he would reach out to me to schedule dinners, like all the time. And I would go to dinner with him, and he was always like 30 minutes late. So
That's annoying.
Yeah. We both know this person actually. And I eventually started to, I would run late on purpose. And he was the only friend I would ever do that with.
Yeah.
Because I was like, it's, sitting there for 30 minutes by yourself at a restaurant or at a bar is not cute.
No.
When you know that you're there to meet somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't have to look along.
Why?
Yeah, why would you want to?
And that was like before I was okay with sitting at a bar or a restaurant by myself.
Okay.
I can do that now. When I was in my early 20s, when your insecurity was high as hell.
That's true. I can do that now, no problem. But yeah, I didn't really start doing that until my late 20s.
Right. I couldn't do it back then. But, so, driving in LA is a full contact sport. If you're smart enough, you don't contacts, obviously. But LA has the absolute worst drivers. I'm convinced. Worse than New York, worse than New Jersey, worse than Boston. They're all in LA.
Yeah, I've learned to...
Nobody knows the rules of the road.
No.
Nobody knows what the hell they're doing. But everybody has a car.
And when it rains, it's even more of a shit
Oh
show.
my god. Okay. If you do not know how to drive a car, do not go out and buy one. It is
Yeah.
very simple. Very simple.
You don't have to in LA.
We have Uber.
Yeah.
We have buses. We now have like metros in certain areas, and you also have legs. So like, don't get in a car and fuck up my day with your horrible driving. And the thing is, I've realized as I've gotten older, the nicer the car, the worse the driving skills.
Oh, 100%.
If I kid you not, if you see somebody in a Bentley, a Ferrari, or a G-Wagon, just know these people have no clue what they're doing.
It's not just that. It's like those cars take skill to drive, and a lot of people who have the means to buy cars like that doesn't mean they have the skills to drive it.
Right. But I promise you, it is people who drive the nicest cars that have the worst driving skills.
Yeah.
They do not care. They will run those red lights. They will run those stop signs. They will make left turns where there isn't a left turn. They will flip U-turns where there is no U-turn. They will do it all. And keep in mind, I try to follow as many rules of the road as I can, obviously.
Mm-hmm. It depends.
But I got places to go too. So it depends. I have to drive illegally.
I have a Mini Cooper Tubman. It's not the small one. It's the bigger one. But I maneuver through LA.
Very well.
Yeah, but it's taken a few years. I remember when I first got out here, I was like, wow, this is intense. But now it's like, yeah, it's not a huge deal for me, but it is, even you do have to be aggressive. Aggressive, like the best, like defense is a good offense type of thing.
Yes.
Yeah. That's how you have to think about driving in LA.
I love driving. Yeah. Right, because I've grown up in LA, so I've understood that you need a car. That's just it. You know, like LA is a very big city. You have places to go. You need to get in the car. I love driving. I love driving with my windows down. I love driving with the music on, the sunroof open. I just love mobbing around LA in my car. I love it. The drivers in LA, it's like, it makes you want to buy a Hummer, like an H2, and just run into people and not care about it. Like, to drive an actual tank down the street and just force people to get the hell out of my way.
I think the other part too, it just depends on where you are into, what part of LA too. Like if you're in the bougier parts, like the
streets are huge. They're massive. Not in the hills though. And nobody tells you this. Okay? The streets up in the Hollywood Hills are tiny and narrow as hell. But everybody up there drives a G-Wagon or a Range Rover.
Stupid.
And those streets are not meant for those cars. And having to go to parties up there sometimes, and you're just like, getting an Uber up there? Yeah. That's a joke.
Yeah. The Uber drivers are another thing too. When you have a shitty Uber driver that doesn't know how to drive in LA.
And all you want to do is just like you want to just jump out the car.
Yeah. It's like, what are you doing?
But I've become accustomed to it for sure. And you have to be very alert in LA. Yeah. And we are currently in West Hollywood. That's where my apartment is. And the little streets around here, the big SUVs, the many stop signs, the tons of stoplights that you have to use to get around where I live.
And the people actually walk around in this part.
Oh my God. And people and the bicyclists who just ride their fucking bike in the middle of the street.
The milk pits?
Oh.
What are they called?
Scooters?
The scooters, yeah.
The lime blade.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And now we have the automated delivery service things.
Oh, the little carts.
And they all have names.
Yeah.
And you have to be careful with them because sometimes they glitch and they'll cross the street when there's a car coming, aka me. And you might hit them. Yeah.
Those should be illegal.
I don't see the point of those.
Too annoying.
But they're never delivering anything. Maybe once in a while they do, but they're just being tested.
Even worse.
Yeah, which is super annoying.
Yeah.
But I've seen cars hit them because
as they should.
I know.
It's Mario Kart.
But I feel the same. It is Mario Kart out here, and everyone's Bowser. And we're all just trying to go on about our business and about our day and get to where we need to go. Yeah. But it's nuts. It's something that I had a smaller car, and then I got an SUV. And when you drive an SUV, you're like a different world, because your car is bigger. You can't just park your car anywhere. You have to make sure that, like, when you parallel park, there's enough space in front and behind. Or in my smaller car, I didn't give a fuck. I used to park that thing everywhere. Now I'm like, my car's up in there.
And then you just don't end up going to certain places because of the parking, which has always been a factor for me.
I knew I had made a little bit of success in my life when I was okay with paying for parking.
Yeah.
Because growing up, it was the one thing I hated was paying for parking. I was always that guy trying to find a meter or a street parking everywhere I went. Whether it was like out and about, to a bar, to a club, to a friend's house, I hated paying for parking. Where now that I have somewhat of a nicer car, I care more about where I park my car.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how much is parking? Fine. Like, I'll swallow it.
Yeah. I kind of budget for parking. I just put cash in my, well, it's probably not a good thing to admit. I just put cash in my car, and that's like my parking cash.
All right.
So I don't really use that cash for anything else. And now, like, reveal that means it's gone.
I have cash in my car that I found, and we need to buy lotto tickets with it, but it's been like a year since I found it.
So you never use cash any other reason?
No. And I found the other night, I was in WeHo with Michael, and I found $40 on the street.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
then I meant to use that money to buy lotto tickets, and it's still in my wallet right now.
Okay, well, you can do that today.
Yeah. I need to buy lotto tickets. But yeah, you have to be careful, because people out here are wild and out of control. They have no idea what they're doing, but know that coming here or driving through LA, especially like Century City, Beverly Hills, West Hollywood. What's next to West Hollywood? Hollywood. East Hollywood. Just know that it is much more difficult than you think.
Yeah.
But
And everybody drives slow, which is weird. Cool, we talk about this every time we're out in the pizza.
yes, everyone drives so fast.
Yeah, but it's like, that's just how people drive.
Even
that
me,
are
I'm
not
like,
in a city like LA.
Yeah, and their streets are huge over there.
Mm-hmm.
Or here they're little.
Yeah.
The streets right by me are small because these homes have been here forever. So the streets were created when cars were smaller, obviously. But now that everybody's cars are basically living rooms on wheels, when it's traffic like 5-6 o'clock at night and your cars are trying to go each way, and some people don't know what they're doing, which is every day, and there's like, they get stuck and people get scared and they don't move, and so there's like a gridlock that happens, and I'm just sitting in my car like, I'm late. And then I'm that guy that's like speeding around because I know what I'm doing. I'm a trained professional. And Janina's like, you drive so fast around here. I was like, I can't. I know. I just want to get home. I want to pull into my parking garage, and I want to just get into my parking spot and know that I made it okay.
Yeah. You're usually the one that drives between us.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever driven you. I have.
Here and there.
Yeah.
I like driving.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I genuinely like driving.
And I'm usually the one that drives. I'm usually the person that is driving out of, like, the people I'm hanging out with. I always get that.
Roll.
That role, yeah. So
Really?
whenever, yeah.
I drive. Michael's a driver.
I do like to drive. So, but when I'm with you, I get to just relax.
She gets to chill.
He gets to
I
chill.
get to be the driver for the day. Yeah.
I drive a lot. I drive out to the desert. I drive from Long Beach to here. So if someone else wants to drive,
Totally fine.
totally for it. But I do like to drive.
I like to drive. I really enjoy it. I enjoy it now. I love my car. I have like a love affair with my car. I'm like very proud of my car. I work really hard.
Yeah.
I love my old car.
You had that one for a while.
I loved that car, and I cried when I traded it in for this car.
I'm probably gonna cry with my car.
I cried so hard. And I remember my dad was with me when I bought my new car. And I was crying so hard, and he was like, it's okay, you don't have to get it. And I was like, no. I want this new car.
It's sentimental.
I just need a moment. And I remember the car salesman at the car dealership that I went to, they do this whole thing where while you're signing the paperwork and they're washing it and gassing it up, they drive it back into a garage and they put a big red bow on it. So that way when you're done, you walk out, they open the garage and it's like ta-da, but it's like you've already seen the car, you've already driven the car.
But it's got a big bow.
But it has a big red bow on it. And they lift the garage and, you know, congrats, it's your car. As I'm hyperventilating from crying so hard. Okay. And the car salesman goes, we like to take photos of all of our new customers with their new cars. And I looked at him and I go, we're not going to be doing that today. And I was like, where are my keys? And he hands me my keys and I get in the car. I like throw the bow off and I get out of the car.
You're such a
Oh, my eyes are red. My
Yeah,
face is
I
all
can see
swollen,
that.
and I was like, I'm not doing that. We're not doing that.
Yeah.
We're not doing that.
Just stop. We're leaving.
Like, we gotta go. I was there for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Buying
Buying
a
a
car.
car is... No.
That's another thing. Buying a car is the most painful thing you can do, which is why I try not to do it often.
Yeah.
I had my last car for 10 years. Then I got this car. I'm going to drive this car into the fucking ground.
Yeah, I'm coming out to... I think I've had mine for like 8 years now.
Yeah. I've had mine for 3. But I'm going to have it for a very long time. I love it.
I love my car. I could get a new one, but I don't have to.
I mean, we could do it. But, like, that's a headache in itself. My dealership keeps calling me because they want my car back. And
You already paid it off?
I lost. I knew when I drove off the lot, I was like, you'll never see this car again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Tom's holding true to that. They want my car, and I'm like, you will never see this car again. I promise you.
Yeah.
And I think I have to go back there to like have it inspected, which
I mean, you're just gonna get it inspected, so.
right.
But they'll try to sell you a new car while you're there.
I drove the new model of my car, and I didn't love it, and that was sad.
Yeah, it's an eye when that happens.
Yeah, and they look very different, but I'm keeping my car.
There's a lot of interesting cars out there that I've been thinking about, like what I would get next. I used to always say I would get because I like BMW because I grew up with
She's
them.
a BMW girlie.
Yeah,
Her dad.
My dad worked at a shop at a collision center that specialized in BMW. That was like their first specialty, and then they got like other specialties. So Mini Cooper is owned by BMW,
Right.
so I was able to get that car to my dad.
Right. Her car's really nice though.
Yeah, I just like I don't know if I want to get a BMW, but
I was like, I
Depends on
was
what.
talking to this guy once, and he had a red Mini Cooper, and I really hated it.
have you driven? You haven't driven my car.
I haven't driven your car. They're fast. I know that.
Fun.
I know that.
They have like grip to them.
They like stick.
Yeah, they're like little go-karts.
I love that.
They're fun to drive.
My car's not particularly fast. It's gradually fast. It's not instantly fast because I have a hybrid. I'm an environmental girly.
My car can do a lot. I don't drive it that way though anymore. I do sometimes, but
I mean, I'll put my car in sport mode, but it's like a hybrid. What are we doing here? But I love it.
whenever I put mine in sport mode, it's because there's like nobody around.
Like, I put my car in sport mode on the way to La Quinta,
You did?
and then my car goes. I go too fast.
I've never thought about putting it in sport mode during the desert. I just put it on cruise control. I'm chilling and I'm just kind of...
I put my car in sport mode, but I get it to 100 really quickly. And
See,
my car is very smooth, so you don't feel like you're going 100. And that's a problem, because that's really...
Mine will get up to like 90 pretty easily, but I don't get it to 100 without trying.
I can get up there. without trying. And
Yours was like a lot newer than mine.
So it's like when you have a full engine.
Yeah, but
Or,
it's like it's more fun to maneuver in. It's not really like a speed car. Does that make sense?
your car, my car.
My car.
Right.
But your car is like a fast SUV.
I have the big. When I had lunch with Jake, he looked at my car and he's like, "Why do you have such a big car?" I was like,
Oh, that's right. You still have the
I did.
Prius.
I still had the and the Prius, and he, my license plates are YPF. So
Thank you, Michael.
thank you, Michael. Michael gave those to me for my birthday a few years ago. But yeah, he looked at my car and he's like, "Why do you have such a big car?" I was like, "He's like, who are you carpooling?" And I was like, "Just me and Eddie." And where do we go? Nowhere. To and from Culver City.
We just like being comfortable.
We gotta I don't want to be left out of a movement.
Out of a what?
I don't want to be left out of a movement. Everybody has SUV. You too?
God.
I'm an SUV girly.
Oh, I'll borrow other people's SUVs. I'm like, yeah.
I like trucks.
I'm never gonna return the favor. Oh yeah, I like to borrow.
I like trunks, but I would never drive a truck. I have no reason to drive a truck. It's so weird.
I remember, like, really needing a truck, and then none of my friends had trucks. I'm just like, I wish my friend base was a little bit more Republican. This is the only time I've ever.
What about motorcycles? I can't.
I like doing. I don't like motorcycles, but I do like ATVs and like dirt bikes.
Okay.
And then little Vespas or those little
Sure.
city scooters.
Uh-huh.
I like those a lot.
Like in Italy.
Yeah.
I can't. Motorcycles really scare me.
Yeah. I mean,
I can't. That's one thing I promise you I will not do. I dated a guy once with a motorcycle, and I was the one that drove everywhere. I was like, I'm not getting on the back of your motorcycle. No, I'm gonna die. I just know it's me. Like, it's my time to go. Final destination. If I get back on that bike, I know I'm dying.
I have a friend who's so dramatic. I don't know if he'll like me talking to him like that, but he has a motorcycle and a big ass truck. Like, nothing in between. I'm just like, okay.
Is he short? Is he a short game?
No.
Oh.
He's my height. Is that short?
I'll tell you.
And like 5'7"-ish.
Sure, he's a short cane.
He's like a little bit taller than
He
me,
has a lot to prove.
I guess.
Does he work out? Do you have muscles and tattoos? Does he live in Orange County?
No.
Oh.
Into LA.
Where?
I'm not gonna say.
He has a lot to prove.
Anyway.
Is what I'm saying. And I think
I don't think so.
we know why he has a motorcycle and a big truck.
It's more functional.
Like for his job.
Yeah. So he owns property outside of LA.
Oh, so it's like moving furniture and stuff.
Right. And then he worked, I don't know how he works now, but at the time he worked in downtown. So the motorcycle was for commuting
Downtown.
downtown.
That makes sense.
And then the truck is to like commute to his property.
Okay, where are we?
So it wasn't
Homeowners.
It's not like completely ridiculous. I don't think he has anything to prove. It's very functional reasons. But yeah, there's no in between.
No, I'm not getting on a motorcycle. Listen, I'm gonna die. I've watched so many of those videos on YouTube, I can't.
I knew someone who died.
Yeah.
It's actually really, he was a vet, signed up after 9/11, came back, did his whole term, came back, and then got in a car accident and died. Motorcycle accident and died.
See, that's terrible. That's like really sad.
And then with him, it was like an adrenaline thing.
Like jumping out of an airplane.
Yeah.
But just every day on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
God, I can't get that.
It was really sad.
That is really sad.
But, that's why I don't have a motorcycle. As much as I drive, I don't have a motorcycle.
Because they fly.
They do.
You fly very far when you get hit by a car on a motorcycle. The way that you fly through the air and you land on the pavement, I don't think I really want to experience that.
No. Have you seen, oh my god, the stupid Tesla trucks. I'm a Tesla hater, just putting that out there.
The Cybertruck.
Yeah, the Cybertrucks. Those things are built as like the basically massive bulldozers on the road, and like they're so. Well, cars are supposed to be kind of built as sort of buffer cars, where they bounce off with each other, so that they don't hurt each other less, basically.
Okay.
But those Cybertrucks are designed in a way where they pretty much just bulldoze the other car. So if you're ever in a car accident against one of those things, you will lose. Just because of the way it's built. It's like this massive, like, steel rock thing. So if you see those on the road, stay very far away. It's very unsafe if you're in a normal car.
I go back and forth between Tesla. Like, do I like Tesla? Do I not like Tesla? And I like that they're electric. I like that part. I drive a hybrid, so I'm halfway there. I do not like how minimal they are on the interior. I also don't like the shape of the SUV.
Well, for me, it was like, I appreciate the marketing efforts to get a luxury electronic vehicles on the road, and like that's became like the status symbol thing.
Yeah.
I appreciate all of that, and it forced all the other companies to make the similar
Nicer
model,
electric
nicer
cars, yeah.
electric cars, because before it was just the Prius, which is fine, great car,
Right.
but when you're talking about like trying to get people off of, onto like renewable energy and all that stuff, like you have to put a pretty bill on it. So I appreciate that. My problem with Tesla is that they became people were like, so I want this car, I want this car, I want this car, with zero, like, such a young company. They didn't have any like history of being reliable cars after 5-10 years.
There's a lot of bad press right now about Tesla.
Oh yeah.
More than I've ever seen before.
Well, because it's like
About
those initial
cars, like
because
cars
those
dying,
initial- yeah,
cars
yeah, yeah.
exploding,
Exactly.
cars catching on fire, batteries dying really quickly, and if your battery dies, you can't really do anything with the car
Yeah.
because it's dead.
Because it's like that first round of Teslas that they made that everybody was trying to get their hands on when it was like hot commodity. All of those cars are turning to shit.
Yeah.
And everybody's surprised. I'm like, it's a young company. It's a young company with zero history of
Proven
proving,
results
yeah,
of
like
longevity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the hot new toy.
I
Every
like-
Silicon Valley
Oh
has
god,
one.
the tech boom.
Yeah.
I do like them. I just need more. Michael's husband Anthony had one, Model 3, a white one. And Deanna's husband has a Model Y. And they're so minimal on the inside. I want to feel a little more luxury. And I don't get that in a Tesla, which is why I didn't go with one when I was in the process or in the search of buying a new car. And I went with my car.
Yeah. I mean, my next car will be probably electric or at least hybrid. But it's not gonna be a Tesla. I'm not getting a Tesla. There's just too many things about it. But never. I just remember when everybody wanted to get a Tesla, and I'm just like, why? They don't even look that good. Not to me, at least.
I like the Model S, like the big sedan, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Now that I am,
Because you're a sedan.
because I'm an SUV
You're
now.
an SUV, yeah.
I don't. The goal is to go bigger and bigger, right? Like I'm an SUV. My next car I really want is a Range Rover.
There's things about it.
They're just so pretty. And
The Range Rover.
I got my car washed today, and there was one parked next to mine while they were being cleaned, like dried off together, and I was like, "That will be me one day."
Not the most reliable cars.
Not at all.
We love them.
Horrible track record. but
But at least you know what you're getting.
yeah. But I went down this Reddit hole of Range Rover reviews, and some owners say best car I've ever had. Some of them say the worst. So it's like a toss up.
Depends on who
But I
takes
love
care of
them.
it. That's
I
every
mean-
car though.
Yeah.
So.
Well, anyways,
That's a nice car wrap.
that was. Be considerate when you drive.
Yeah.
Okay? And remember that people have places to go, and people don't want to be stuck behind you, so get off your phone. Or if you're going to drive while being on your phone, learn how to do that in a considerate way. And not be annoying and stuck on your phone when the light turns green. Or when it's at the stop sign when you know that you should have gone.
Yeah. And people love their cars. So be nice.
People love their cars. And cars are status symbols.
They are status
Unfortunately. I hate to be that
Well, that's a
materialistic person. But here in LA, the car you drive does matter. Unfortunately.
Yes, yeah.
Again. But the nicer the car, you know, the nicer the life, hopefully.
Yeah.
Sometimes that doesn't make sense. It's fine. Well, let's see. Next episode, we're going to have Michael on.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, we're going to have Michael here so you guys can meet him instead of me just talking about him all the time.
Yeah.
And we'll go over our...
Figure out if I need to be at that one or not. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Maybe you should be.
Yeah.
We're getting
I don't know.
mics. Wait, we got microphones.
We did.
We did. We're not using them today, obviously.
Because we haven't figured out how to use them.
Yeah, but we did get them. They're here. One of them is in front of us.
Yeah.
So the next time we will have microphones.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
So
I'll figure that out.
yeah, Nicolette's our technician. I'm just a pretty face.
Yeah.
I'm the talent.
You do the tech too.
I tried.
Yeah. It's
That's
mostly me. But you do.
It's Nicolette. Let her take credit for it. But then we'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
Toodles.
Bye.
That was cute.